The Cecil John Rhodes statue has been removed, and what we've had in South Africa is a radical political movement to erase anything from South Africa that looks that it might come from European descent. And so even although Cecil John Rhodes set up amazing educational funds, he built, his funds were used for building universities and big properties been handed over to educational institutions. The Rhodes Scholarship is still being used in South Africa to send international students around the world for higher and greater education than we can give them in South Africa. And despite all that, his statue's been taken away and ruined, and others have been defaced. And it hasn't only been political figures. Andrew Murray, who's very well known around the world for his theological writings, his spiritual writings, a great man of God, pastor and missionary to Africa, sent out hundreds of missionaries all over Africa. He was a Dutch Reformed minister. Even his statue outside the church in Wellington, where he was a minister, has been defaced and painted and dirt thrown all over it. So it's not only the politicians, they're going for anything that possibly could show that Europeans were there. And I've been just speaking to a youngster, a teenager here in America, and she's speaking to me about the horrible imperialists who went into Africa and destroyed the cultures of Africa. And I said to her, well, let's talk about the cultures of Africa. I said, what do you think about a mother who's murdered because she had twin babies, and her and the twin babies got murdered? That's what was happening in the cultures in Africa. I said, what else do you think about a leader of a tribe who dies, and so his wives, his children and soldiers die, they're murdered to go with him into the afterlife? I said, do you think that's fine, that's normal? I said, yes, that's exactly why we want to train the cultures of Africa. We want them to become Christianized. And God has told us to disciple the nations, and that is what it takes to disciple nations, to change the cultures to become Christian cultures. And instead of murdering the innocent, you love the widow and the orphans. You help them, you protect them. And so those are some of the issues that we're dealing with.